Welcome back to Market Sense here, of course, on point. Let's unpack exactly what has happened this week. It's been a turbulent week indeed. If you just take a look at those GDP numbers to have come out as well, 0.8% has been the interesting element to how things have certainly fared. And of course, if you take a look at those numbers, it has continued to go downwards. And take a look at there. From the top there, back in 2011, 3.3%, how we could only wish for a number like that right now. Of course, this could possibly change things with regards to unemployment, right through to poverty alleviation as well in the country. With population growth at nearing around 2%, clearly this would certainly make a dent in how we could wish for those days to come back again. 2011, 3.3%. But as you can see, the downward trend continues. Yes, we got a little sprouting there of 1.4% back in 2017. But that hasn't filtered through to this year, of course, or 2018, should I say, where we saw that technical recession happen in the first 2 months of the year. But anything around from 2014 right through to now has certainly meant that South Africa has gone backwards as an economy because we've been unable to tackle things like unemployment. We haven't been able to bring that down at all and remain stubbornly high. And it's probably one of the highest of around 60 countries as well across the globe, if not the highest around the world as well. So we'll continue to check in on that. Estimates now for around 1.4, 1.5% as well for 2019. Will that continue to be the case? Will 1.7 be achievable? It's certainly going to be of interest as well as perhaps people get back into the South African markets. Let's take a look now at some shares as well. The likes of MTN, of course, that big one to have come out this week. Now, that share managed to get its biggest fall this week as well since 1995, that is. So that big fall over there has certainly hurt. So if you take a look at things from 260 Rand back in 2014, that share price has fallen 3/4 of its entire value has been wiped away in the space of that 5-year period. So one would certainly hope that MTN will manage to get things back. Let's remember, of course, that this is around where that Nigerian saga as well happened, and that has certainly seen the firm continue in that negative session over there. This big fall over here, of course, stems from last year right through to this year, where you saw things happen with regards to Nigerian authorities, whether it be with the Central Bank of Nigeria or indeed with tax authorities there. They are aiming to better things up now, and I can tell you that the share price just yesterday picked up a massive amount. And if we switch things up here, you'll certainly see that that number has certainly changed. You saw a massive fall with regards to how things went for MTN, seeing that big decline over a number of 9 days or so, and that managing to pick up as well. So if we head on to the next graph, you'll immediately see that that element has indeed come true. So over 9 days or so, the picture went, and 11.62% of that share price had fallen, the longest decline in the share price of MTN since 1995. But look at that, managing to pick up 19.21% in that space just yesterday alone. A bit down today, but still floating around 87%. But it is, of course, a long way away from that 260 Rand that we saw back in 2014. But the aim will certainly be to get them all the way back to that number. Of course, earlier on, I showed you that Aspen price falling, nearly half of its value being wiped off as well. And that one will certainly be of keen interest. That was indeed the week that was. It's over to you, Nzinga.